Good morning, everyone. I hope you had a good weekend. I guess I should have made myself a little clear. I think I failed to communicate a little bit on my part, but I am not doing videos on the weekend. So if you were looking for them and they didn't show up, I'm sorry, I forgot to tell you. On the weekends, I just want to do something where you can feel free just to do your own thing, study the Word on your own, and it helps me because I don't exactly know what the weekends are going to look like, so I'm not sure if I'll be able to get a video in every day. So I forgot to tell you, but if you were looking and were disappointed that you didn't see a video, it was on purpose. I just forgot to tell you that we're not going to do videos on the weekend, so that you can just feel free to do your own thing. Sorry for the miscommunication if it threw you off. But let's just keep on going in Psalm 63. We've looked at, again, how we just start out and we say, God, you're God. David starts out, oh God, you're my God. I earnestly search for you. My soul thirsts for you. My whole body longs for you. In this dry and this parched and weary land where there is no water. I've seen you in your sanctuary and gazed on your power and glory. Your unfailing love is better than life itself. How I praise you. Last we talked about how God, with God, when we see Him, it motivates us. It moves us to a response. Our perspective is changed when we see God, and then when we see Him, it moves us to do something. So David keeps going in verse 4, and he says, I will praise you as long as I live, lifting up my hands to you in prayer. It seems like David's kind of given this pattern of walking with God. He's kind of shown us what the rhythm of being in relationship with God looks like. You know, he says, when I wake up in the morning, the first thing I want to do is I just want to say, God, you are God. It's all yours today. You're in control. You're God. You know, and then he says, I'm hungry for you. I'm going to search for you. It's part of the rhythm of being a Christian, being hungry for God. And then he says, I've seen you. You know, we all have those times where we can look back and we can say, man, you know what? God was there. Or God was dealing with me there. And cherish those times. Those are markers in your life that you'll look back to time and time again. Cherish those moments that you have where you just feel you're in the presence of God and you feel like God's speaking to you directly. Those are awesome times. And he keeps going. And he says, I praise you because of your love. And then he says in verse 4, I will praise you as long as I live. And so what I want to look at is David he's not speaking like prophetically, like in the future. You know, he's not saying like, God's not like coming on him to speak a prophecy that'll be fulfilled in the future, because we know that David failed God plenty of times. But what we do see is David is saying, God, I praise you all the days of my life. He's basically declaring to God something that he wants to happen in his life. You know, it's like if we were going to come to God and we were going to say, God, I'm yours. For the rest of my life, I want to be yours. I want to be used by you. I want to be exposed and open and real with you. You know, I want to be your servant for life. And so there's a place for that in our Christian walk. You know, there's a place for us to make commitments to God. But the book of Ecclesiastes says that we shouldn't be hasty to make a covenant with God or to make a commitment to God. So we should examine ourselves to say, you know what, is this really what I want? But we shouldn't just go around every Wednesday night and be like, God, I'm going to change. And then you don't ever make an attempt to change. Then you come back next Wednesday night, God, I'm going to change. And you never make an attempt to change. You know, that's what Ecclesiastes tells us don't do. It says it's better to not make a promise to God than to make one and always not keep it. But as we see in David's life, there is room for us to make commitments to God. And so I think that's something that we can remember as we go throughout our day. You know, we can commit to God. We can say, God, I commit this day to you. God, I want to commit this year to you. I want to commit the rest of my life to you. And God's okay with that. So part of our rhythm in walking with God is committing to Him. So let's remember that in these upcoming weeks. It's okay to make commitments to God.